Hi guys, so why most course creators are using AI the wrong way. So I wanted to do a blog post, and it's basically we've got the solution for you. We've got a solution for you because we're running an AI summit, okay, on the 27th of May, 11:30 a.m. BST time. And it's running long, right? It's running for quite a few hours, and we've got some amazing guests including Neil Patel. So why are you doing it the wrong way? Okay, why is your content maybe not listing well on AI search engines or even on organic search? And it's because you're just using AI. You're just relying on AI and you're not giving it your own voice. And we know people do that. We know people are pushed for time. It's, as a course creator, as an entrepreneur, you've got to be running everything. You know, if you're just starting off or you're small, you're just on your own doing this stuff. And we know AI is really powerful and it's really helping users speed up their workflow. But what's happening is it's not saving them time so much because they're just doing more. And sometimes doing more content is not the solution, especially if it's just producing content for the sake of content. But using AI, we can reuse it in loads and loads of different ways, again saving time and making whole packs to go with it. But one thing that creators are doing, or anyone using AI, is they're not putting their own stamp on it. So what's happening is a ton of content is being produced that is produced by AI. So AI is then looking at that content going, that looks good, and it's reusing it, and the pattern repeats and repeats. And I was talking to Ali Miriam, and she's one of our live support desk here at Zenler, and she was saying, well, what's actually happening is it's eating itself, which is true. It's kind of regurgitating. So it's regurgitating content is creating, it's re-eating that, and it's regurgitating again. So what happens is you go into this thing where it's all the same, it's using the same words. So unless you actually put your own voice stamp on it and you're actually curating and looking at the content that's being produced, you're going to have something that's generic like everybody else. It's going to rank the same as everybody else, and it's not going to add anything new into the mix or the algorithms. Now, lots of people are using AI wrong, because one thing for sure, that AI is analyzing that data unless you're controlling your system. And so the AI summit was really important because we wanted to show you ways to control that data, how to take it back, and for you to lead it, which is what it should be. It is a powerful tool for us to use, but it is a tool, and we need to look at it in that way. And with AI is brilliant, but without us it's really nothing. So we need to be controlling or dictating the way that it's forming, and we need to be saying, no, that's not right, this is the way I want to go with this direction, follow my lead, I'm not following you. And it's a really important aspect, and that's what this blog is all about. So it's the reason most creators are using AI the wrong way is that they're not training it, and that's what the summit's all about. It's all about showing you how to take back control and also learn new things that you can do with AI that you probably didn't know that you can do. So in my slot, I kick off at 11:30, so I can talk very confidently about what I'm talking about because I've done it all, so I know exactly how it's going to go. And in the last part of my presentation, I'm actually going to show you how to create something or create content. It's actually a blog in this case, but content that will have your voice, have your character, be formatted exactly the way that it should be. And I show you how to do that, and I show you how to repeat that process really easily. So you put 10 maybe 30 minutes to an hour into doing the system that I'm going to show you, and after that point you can run things at lightning speed really consistently and really hit the nail every time, because it's just repeating. It's a system based. I don't like using the word prompts anymore. I prefer them to be instructional engineered or instructional architect prompts, rather than the usual write what you want and put it down vibe coding method, and that is really important, because the way that things are being written now, we need to not just be almost wasting our time creating a new prompt every time. We need to be working to a prompt building system that's going to work for us on multiple levels, with combination of projects or instructional files where you are curating exactly what you want in your own voice, in your own tone, to your own audience, is going to be the way that people are going to have to use it if you want to level up in using AI. Now, the other thing, of course, is if you're anti AI, you will absolutely love this, because we talk about the fact that without humans, this system is not really going to work. We're shaping it. So it's telling you and showing you and trying to get you to understand how actually the systems work behind it, so that you go, oh, right, so I didn't know that. So that means I really do have to put myself into this to get this to work for me, and control that data that's coming out of it, thus not losing your own voice. And there's some people that will look at every bit of content and maybe change every bit of line, but it's giving you that starter point. And what I love about this summit is we've got actual users, our Zenler users. We've got Billy Wigley in there. We've got Ashley Leeds. We've got Sophie B. We've got Amit Arora. These are actual users, instructors, course creators that are doing this stuff today. And they're using it in different ways, some much less than others. So it's really interesting to that side of things as well. Of course, we got Neil Patel coming up, and this is classic because he's going to be talking about one of these things that's really, really important. If you don't follow Neil Patel, I do, so I get all of his emails and everything else. I see what he's talking about. That's a really good point. Yeah, exactly. So it kind of helps you, and they're really short emails, really to the point. If you're not on his newsletter list, get on his newsletter list. It's like pearls of wisdom, and he offers loads of things for free. But one thing that he was talking about was search intent. So now search engines are looking at AI search in particular, which most people are using now, not even looking in the organic search. They're looking for the answers based on what they need to do. So it's like, I want to grow my YouTube channel for my dog training business. So it's specific. It's not just, how do I grow my YouTube channel? It's very specific and intent. And AI is looking at content, and it's pulling in the best of that to answer those questions. So you will appear amongst other people that have written things about this same article, giving people the answers straight away, giving them links to go through to say, yeah, this is great, you're actually doing a course on it, I'm going to buy from you. And that's kind of the search intent side of things, which he's going to concentrate a lot of attention on, rightly so. The other thing that Neil's mentioned in one of his newsletters as well was the fact that search engines now are not so much looking at the actual websites. So whereas before you were optimizing your actual website for good organic search, and you should still be doing that, it's actually looking more about the content outside or around it, directing people to your content. And I've always been of the firm belief that any website should be very clear and short on what it does, so that there's not reams of text on those pages. And a lot of people think, well, if I put lots of text on my pages, I'm going to get a better ranking. Well, that's certainly not going to be the case now, because it's actually backed up with content. So more importantly, you should be producing nice, good articles or content, posting them in Reddit, Quora, Medium, wherever you want to put this stuff on, get other people to post your content, and then send them to your site. And that is the way it's kind of going. So there are lots of different caveats to this stuff. We got Joel Irway on there. He's going to be on there talking about amazingly, there's some really just brilliant stuff going on with it. And he's talking about ad creation, and this to me is really, really interesting, because and I use a lot of this myself, like training a system on how the ad creation pipeline means that if you can do it well, you can basically have an ad team doing the work for you, at least doing 80% of it before you hire someone to look in detail on a certain route that you're going, which speeds up the whole process. It means that you can create creatives, you can test them really quickly to get data feedback on what you're doing, and then you could push that to a final place. It would literally mean you would have a whole ad team working for you. So Joel, it's going to be excellent. We got Mike Samuels in there as well, and he's talking about sales copy without losing your voice as well. So you're going to see a lot of the same things where we're talking about the human side of things coming through, and the things that you should, and Mike in particular is really good with this stuff. A professional copywriter using AI, but using AI in the right way, because he knows what to look for. And this is a really important aspect as well. It's like, just because you've got AI and you're typing stuff in, you're thinking, I'm using AI, I'm typing these things in there, it's giving me really good results. But sometimes you're not asking the right questions, and not asking the right questions, it's not AI's fault. It's basically because it's not your area, right? It's like, I can ask AI, for instance, on JavaScript code or HTML, and I can use the right terminology, so I'm going to get back a better response than you that are just fumbling to try to get it to do something you want it to do, because you don't know about inline styling, you don't know about div tags, you don't know about all these things, H3s, H2s, you don't know about all of those things and how it's working, and you don't know the limitations of it either. So AI knows it, but you haven't asked it, and because you're not specific, it doesn't know, and it'll turn you a result that doesn't look good. And after struggling with that for a few hours, you give up and go, AI can't do it. It's not that. So there's that side of it as well. So with the copywriting thing, of course, Mike knows exactly what to ask it. He knows exactly what he wants, so he can get exactly the right answer that he wants. And the same with Joel as well, and actually all of our guests. Neil, the same as well, actually creates the systems itself. And we're also some other amazing people on there as well. Can't wait for this. We've got Rakesh, the CEO of Zenler. He's going to be talking about agentics, massive part of it, and everything's got, it's every part of it's got something for someone. That's what I love about it. But one thing we know is the human connection. It's that human part that you need to get dialed in to your AI systems in whatever shape or form you're doing it, and don't let AI control you. So stay tuned, 27th, all coming your way, guys.